In the last video, we looked at horizontal scale factors. Let's look at vertical scale factors in this one. So the recipe that Sylvia is using says that 10 apples are needed for 2 pies. How many pies can she make with 55 apples? So again, I recognize that we're using apples and pies as our two quantities. So I'm going to put apples and pies. Now if I put pies and apples, it's going to get you the same answer in the end. So either way you work with it, it's going to work out for you. So we know that 10 apples are going to give you 2 pies. 10 apples for 2 pies. Says how many pies can she make with 55 apples? So we have our first ratio of the proportion. For the second ratio, we have 55 apples. The 55 is going to go on top, as that's where I put my apple label. Now, unlike the last one, we're not going to have our arrows going horizontally, side to side. We want them to be going vertically. Now, the reason is, to get from 10 to 55, by multiplying or dividing, you're going to have to involve decimals. And it's always good to use whole numbers if possible. So again, we're solving for this, this blank right here. So the arrow is going to have to point down. The arrow must always point towards the blank. So since this arrow is pointing down, we're going to have this arrow pointing down. So now we ask ourselves, how do we get from 10 to 2 by either multiplying or dividing? Well, we recognize that 10 divided by 5 will give us 2, and so since we did divided by 5 on the left side, we will do divided by 5 on the right side. Then 55 divided by 5 will give us 11. So Sylvia can make 11 pies with 55 apples.